Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be taking you guys along with me to Dubrovnik, Croatia. The itinerary is going to be packed for this trip, but first of all we have to actually catch our flights. Our flight was 6 a.m. at Gatwick. We touched down in Dubrovnik at 10 a.m. and then we took a taxi to the hotel. Royal Ariston is a 5-star hotel. We paid for a room with a sea view from the balcony, and honestly this room was really nice. It's slightly different from the room I had before. The bathroom was also slightly different, as this one had a bathtub. I didn't have a bathtub previously. I don't think I did. This is the view from the room. So beautiful. We also checked out the surroundings, the pool, which we didn't use the last time. I also didn't use this pool this time, but we just wanted to see how it looked. Once we looked around the rooms and the surroundings of the hotel, we actually took a nap because we were tired. Remember, we had a 6 a.m. flight, so we were really tired. We took a nap. We had already booked a tour on Get Your Guide for the Old Town. So the Old Town is where they did some scenes of Game of Thrones. So and we booked a tour. This was about 25 euros per person, a walking tour of Dubrovnik Old Town, and they had like a Game of Thrones tour included. So we took a taxi, went to Old Town and started the tour. So the tour involved a guy just talking to us, telling us about the history of the town, history of Old Town. Then he also had pictures of scenes of Game of Thrones, where it was showing us, okay, this is where they shot this, and he showed us a picture and showed us the actual places. So some of the places he showed us were the city walls, which is the walls that surrounding Old Town. He also showed us the Lovrijenac Fortress, that's the Red Keep. Showed us the Power Gate, where Joffrey was faced with a citizens' riot, and finally was these steps. That was the Cecit steps that she did the walk of shame, where they were shouting shame, shame, shame. Honestly, it was like, oh, you guys would walk up the top. I had to just sit down because I was tired and famished. I'd not had anything to eat all day. We rested at the steps for a few minutes and then ended the tour with photo shoots on the Iron Throne. After that, we took a few minutes to just walk around and just freelance, like just go with vibes, look around the town, try to get something to eat, but we decided to first take the cable car before actually going for dinner. By this time we were famished. We had to take the steps up to the place where we would book the cable car, and then we went on the ride. And from the cable car, as you guys can see, we're at a vantage point looking at the entire view of Dubrovnik, and honestly these views were beautiful. Now the cable car was a pretty short ride for about 27 euros per person. I honestly do think it's overpriced and it's expensive. The funniest thing happened to us literally at the top of the hill, or wherever the cable car dropped us, because as we were walking to find dinner, there was this guy that left his house and literally chased me down, asking for my number, telling me he wanted to take me out, and I'm like, oh, thank you, but no. Anyways, we found this restaurant just in front of Old Town, Silk. The food was so good. Now, I don't know if the food was that good or just because I was really hungry from the night before. That was the end of day 1, and then we move on to day 2. For day 2 of the trip, we booked a Mostar and Kravica waterfall trip on Get Your Guide. This is usually organized by all these touring companies, and they came to pick us from our hotel. It was quite a long drive, so I took my motion sickness pills, and then we went to see the waterfalls. The sun this day was scorching. Like, I slathered myself with sunscreen, but I was literally burning, like I was frying up. Like, I'm sure I turned 2 shades darker this day, but honestly the waterfalls was so beautiful. The water was cool, it was nice, like so pretty, very nice background. Like, I could literally just sit down there and just listen to the waterfall. I'm just going to sit back and let you guys see the views at the waterfall. Nice. Take selfie. Down to the gate. It was like pearls. I believe we spent about almost 2 hours, if not more, at the waterfall, and we grabbed a drink, and then we drove to Mostar. Mostar has this pebble floors that are very slippery when you walk on them because people have been walking on them for years and they get like very shiny. So you have to like be very careful as you're walking. I mean, it was pretty but very, very uncomfortable to walk on. I guess people who live there get very used to it. We walked through the town and we got to this river, the Neretva River, across the old bridge in Mostar. This river and bridge, you see people who jump down from the bridge into the river and you can pay them to jump. But while we were there, we didn't necessarily see anybody jump. Our next stop was the Kajtaz house. That's the Turkish house. It's tucked away in Mostar's historic Muslim quarter, and it's overlooking the east bank of River Neretva. That's the river I just showed you guys. It's apparently it's a perfectly preserved late 16th century Ottoman's noble mansion. It's built behind high walls to protect the woman of the family from unwanted attention. It was once the home of Mostar's Turkish governor. It has a fountain, pebbled and circular patterns representing the 5 daily prayers. It's actually a very nice place. The vibrant colors of the rug, like if you look closely, everything has intricate details. The tables, the rugs, the chairs, everything here has beautiful patterns and details, and it was really, really nice to see. After spending some time at the Turkish house, we drove back to our hotel, Royal Ariston. Now, fun facts about the hotel: because it's part of the Royal Resort, there are different restaurants and different bars on the hotel grounds. And because we went during summer, they had like events, like different events slated for the people in the hotel. We went to one of the restaurants at the hotel because we were very hungry. The restaurant is called Zoe, and we had lamb, and it was really, really, really good. Like, it was actually very, very nice. After that, we went to bed because it was a long day, and the next day we just chilled in the hotel. Good morning. Good morning. Say good morning to the camera. Look at the mirror and say good morning to the camera. This is entering the vlog with the voice and everything. I'm just telling you now. For day 3 of the trip, we literally just stayed in the hotel, had breakfasts. Breakfast was really good. They had like pancakes, you had eggs, bacon, they had like your cakes. Then we went out for dinner. Like, we literally didn't do anything, just stay in bed. We went back to see because we really liked the food. And yeah. Day 4 is the day trip to Montenegro. We also booked this trip on Get Your Guide for 60 euros per person. Ready for our trip to Montenegro. Now, this was a very rainy day. It rained practically all through the trip, and I don't think it was the best day for us to go to Montenegro. Despite the rain, we entered the bus. I took my motion sickness pills and we went on our way. First stop at Montenegro was at Perast, where we took a boat ride to Our Lady of the Rocks. It's a little museum that is sitting on a small island in Montenegro. You have to pay cash to enter to view the museum, but we didn't carry cash with us, so we just went there for vibes, took the boat ride, and just enjoyed the views.
watch your back. Shit.
Remember how I mentioned that the weather was really bad today? This was us when we arrived at Kotor Old Town. It was raining so much we had to buy raincoats, and this is the guy that sold it to us trying to take a picture with me. We got our raincoats and we decided to just find shelter because even though we had raincoats, it wasn't necessarily protecting us a lot. So we found this place, ordered brownies and tea, and just chilled. But the rest of the time we're supposed to be at the old town in Kotor. We finally got some sun when we got to the Bay of Kotor. Like, it wasn't raining anymore, so we're able to shed the raincoats and just stroll around. We tried to get somewhere to eat, relax, look at the views of the water. And honestly, Montenegro is very beautiful. Like, if I just want a chill holiday, I would take another 3-4 days and just spend in Montenegro. We saw the souvenir shop and we just went through it, looked at all the things they had. And after some time spent at the Bay of Kotor, after eating, we entered our bus and went back to Dubrovnik. This brings our 4-day Europe trip to an end. If you want a full list of details, places we went to, the hotel, please see the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Have a lovely day. Bye.